Hello and welcome to the Mental Health Hub. This is our Tuesday episodes. I welcome you to interact and engage in this Tuesday episode, as it is our norm that every Tuesday we meet in this platform and learn something, share knowledge, share experience, and be able to build one another's knowledge and understanding of issues that actually affect our daily life as human beings. And as you always know, this is more about mental health. And for the recent past, we have been looking at the issue of addiction, or addiction as a disease, and trying to understand it from various perspectives so that we can be able to appreciate that it actually is a struggle, it is a need, it is a challenge, it is a problem that the society is faced with, and that we really need to put in effort to ensure that lives are not wasted, lives are not destroyed, destinies are not messed up, and people are not struggling, but they can at least cope for those who are already addicted. And also we can try and prevent people from getting into addiction, because you have realized that it is a big challenge that the society is dealing with, that is actually affecting families and affecting individuals. So today I am going to look at the process of addiction. How does this person who has started taking substances, what is the likeliness that this person will get into addiction? What is the process that one goes through to get to the level of getting addicted? So this is what I want to explore today with you, and I hope it will be beneficial and it will add to the wealth of knowledge and understanding of the issue addiction. So the process of addiction really, as I say, it is a process. And there are people who have never used substances or any drug of choice. So this person is at the stage of abstinence. They are not using. But the stage of experimentation is the one that we really emphasize, because it is the initiation of use of a substance. And experimentation, being the first stage as it were, could be caused by many reasons. For some people, it is curiosity, where you find that a new product that is psychoactive is in the neighborhood, or it has been launched, it is being advertised, and somebody gets curious to know, wow, I need to taste this. Curiosity can be a reason for one to experiment. Risk-taking. There are people who are just risk-takers, especially the adolescents and the young people. They can get into experimenting with substances just taking risks. Others, it's about peer pressure. Because you are in this group that of friends or colleagues that is using, let's say, alcohol, and one of your friends says, try it, there's no harm, just try it, it is not bad. So because of that desire to fit in that group, you take because of peer pressure. It is a reason for experimenting. Others is just for the thrill of life. And once one has experimented, then depending on what that first consumption meant for them, what experience it gave them, they can graduate to the next stage, which is the social use. If one felt good when they took alcohol, they will want maybe to take it again and again. You look forward for those occasions. If you took it during a wedding, then you look forward to another wedding where you will want to go and take. Or you took it on a Friday, or on a certain day of the week, or in a certain event. You look forward for again another opportunity to use the substance. So you have become a user, a social user of that substance. At this stage, you are actually very functional. It has not started harming you. You are kind of in control because you are looking for that social opportunity to use the substance. But remember, it is a stage that you have already graduated from being an experimenting with the substance of choice. The body can be sending you signals. People can be telling you, I think, stop it. You something is not right. But because of that first experience, and if the experience was bad, let's say you smoked the first cigarette and you blacked out, some people will say, no, I will never try it again. Because that experiment didn't work for them, they don't graduate to the social use. But remember, they can try another drug. At this stage, one can easily stop use because you are in control. From social use, one can become an get to the stage of instrumental use, whereby you are using the substance to feel or to manipulate situations. Because you feel good, you want to keep feeling good. Because you want to experience that experience again, you become an instrumental user. At this point, you are starting to lose control. The feeling of good, the feeling of happiness, the feeling of belonging to this group makes you want to use again and again. So at this time, you are learning that there is something this substance is doing to you. And it is probably a good thing according to you. So you will become an instrumental user of the substance. And at this time, you start actually getting defensive. Even when people tell you your behavior has changed, you are into a stage of denial. You start violating your own life values. Whereby maybe you used to come home early. Now you stop coming home early because you have to pass through the place of taking this your alcohol maybe before you get home. Maybe family relationships starts becoming weakened. You start becoming irritable. But still, at this stage, you still want to keep using. Many indicators at this time are signals that all is not well with your relationship, with your work, with your personal life. You start even neglecting yourself. But then, remember, there is something that this substance is addressing in your life. Then it becomes an habit now. You become an habitual user of the substance. At this time, so many symptoms, so many signs are indicating all is not well. You even start developing tolerance, withdrawal when you don't use the substance. At times, you spend a lot of time looking for this substance or even recovering from it. So your lifestyle starts to change. You become a new you. You start developing new lifestyle so that you can be able to live within the use. If it is, these friends, you have to keep them. If it is spending money, you start spending a lot of your money and a lot of time in the substances. So at this point, really, as I said, a lot of things have changed about you and you really need to seek help because a bit of dysfunctionality is being witnessed by other people and even you yourself. Likely, you're already telling yourself, I am not doing well. I need to work on myself. And of course, because the brain has started recognizing that there is something this substance is feeding, you likely graduate to addiction, where now this is the last stage, a compulsive stage, where now you become a compulsive user. You have no choice but to use. You have lost control of the substance use. You start spending a lot of time taking the substance or looking for where to get the substance or even recovering from use of the substance. You have become a compulsive user, which we actually say you are now become addicted to the substance of choice. Complete change of many things about yourself, about the family, about your relationships, about the workplace, about even your friends noticing that toy is not well. For some people, they get even violent. At this stage, you find even some people developing alcohol-induced disorders like delirium. Some people start getting hallucinations. Some people become psychotic because of use of the substance. Some people actually hallucinate because of the substance. So life is actually on a downward trend for this person who has become chemically dependent. The importance of understanding these stages is so that you can know that I can seek help. Especially the first two stages, it becomes easier to tell yourself stop, to tell yourself no, I am not doing this again, or I am realizing it is not well with me. And that is where you find at times, by the time the person gets addicted, they have totally lost control. And this person is suffering. Themselves, they know they are suffering. The people around them know that they are suffering. They are trying to tell them, please change. Don't you realize that your organs are getting destroyed? Don't you realize that you have used the money that you meant to pay school fees? You have used the money that was meant for food. You have actually not even paid your accommodation. You find such people even sleeping in the bar because they have spent money that was meant to pay for their housing. They are kicked out of the house. And they keep telling themselves, no, I will stop. But they have lost control. This person has actually progressed to addiction. When we understand this, we are able to reach out for help. We are able to tell our significant other, at this stage, you need intervention, and intervention from professionals, because it needs to be identified what actually are you treating with this substance of choice. Could there be likeliness that there is something that is disturbing you? Maybe a family problem that you are running away from. Maybe a medical condition that could be making you spiral towards addiction. This is time that really this person requires support and not being reprimanded. This is time that we need to be able to identify this is a cry for help, and this person needs to be helped, not to be neglected at the stage of addiction when they have become a compulsive user. That is where professionals are brought in to psychoeducate this person, and even to psychoeducate or create awareness in the society, so that then we can have people understanding the process of addiction. When I initiate use of substance, what is likely to happen? So if many people are told this, then even the young people know the risk they are putting themselves into. Maybe this person who is newly employed can be informed that this is the process of addiction. If you start, you likely go down to the level of getting addicted. Then with that awareness, we can prevent substance use, or we can prevent abuse of drugs that would actually lead to substance use disorders for this person, and actually impact the people that you relate with, the people that matter in your life, affect the circle of friends, affect productivity, affect the society, and even affect the nation. Because at this point, you find that there are so many people who have developed substance use disorders, and the burden of disease is increasing for the family, even for the society, even for the nations, whereby we have many people being treated for substance use disorders. Many people developing physical illnesses because of substance use disorder. Many people who are getting accidents that are related to abuse of substances and therefore costing a lot to the society, even leading to death of other people because you are drunk when you are driving a public service vehicle, or you are drunk when you are driving your vehicle and you cause an accident, even accidents at the place of work, operating machines, when people are drunk and this person has no control of that drunkenness. So when we understand this, then we can be able to prevent and even help in the management of substance use disorders. This information is critical because it really helps us to understand what is happening in our society, to understand what is happening at the family level. It helps us to appreciate the fact that this disease needs to be nipped before, it actually messes up the society, messes up individuals, messes up a nation, even a society, so that we find that some countries are likely to be, you look like a pariah state, a state that really is all about addiction, or a society that you hear, hey, that family, we don't marry from them, or we don't relate with them. Stigma because of substance use. We can reduce the stigma when we prevent developing of substance use disorders or people getting addicted to one substance or another. With this understanding, we can be able to stop or control situations that lead our children to becoming substance users at a certain age, either by making sure that the environment is clear of substances. We are not putting them at risk of getting attracted by what is available. We are not putting infrastructure, school infrastructure, near a place where maybe alcohol is being brewed. We are not having people transporting substances with the same vehicles where the children are, or people being drunk in the presence of the children, so that people don't learn and or get predisposed to use of substances. So I hope this information will be able to help you prevent substance use disorders or manage substance use disorders better, either for yourself, for a family member, or for somebody who is maybe you are working with or living with, or you meet in a place, and you can be able to help them change this narrative of that it is choice. Thank you, and I look forward to another episode, interactive episode with you. Look forward for another Tuesday where we can share more information and learn from one another. Thank you.